The Penn State sex abuse scandal is one of the biggest news stories that happened this year. The story broke out just a little over a month ago on November 5th, with the arrest of Jerry Sandusky, a former Penn State football assistant coach, who allegedly sexually assaulted at least 8 underage boys on or near the university property across at least a 15-year period. Besides Sandusky's horrific alleged crime, what also shocked the nation is the fact that multiple high-level school officials, campus police, and members in the Penn State community were informed about the incidents multiple times over the years, but never notified the authority about the incidents. One man in particular has been the center of attention: Joe Paterno, the coach with the most career victories in major college football. As you can see from this Google News timeline, the media's coverage reached its peak on November 9th, the 5th day after the story broke out, and the day Joe Paterno was fired by the university. It jumped from just over 1,000 sources the previous day to over 3,000 sources covering the scandal on November 9th. According to Google News, the name Paterno is in more headlines association with Penn State scandal than the name Sandusky. Actor Ashton Kutcher, who has more than 8 million followers on Twitter, stirred the microblogging community on November 9th when he questioned outrageously, "How do you fire Joe Pa? #insult, #no class. As a Hawkeye fan, I find it in poor taste." He was unaware of the firing's association with the child sex abuse scandal. His tweet was of course responded by an explosion of criticism from his followers. But the question is that, is Mr. Kutcher the only one who didn't get a full story of the scandal? I wanted to know how has this scandal news received by other people. So I asked some NYU students who were just chilling in Kimmel and kindly agreed to be interviewed.
My name is Jillian. I'm from Fairlawn, New Jersey.
Do you know about this year's Penn State scandal?
Yes.
My name is Connor. I'm a senior and I do film and television. Yeah, I have.
Hi, my name is Nikki Bender. I have heard little bits and pieces about it, yes.
Rowan, Daryl. I'm a sophomore, undecided major right now, but I have a minor in East Asian Studies and Media Culture and Communications. Penn State scandal? No, I haven't.
Maria, I'm double majoring in Spanish and comparative literature. No. I mean, I've heard people saying something about it, but I don't keep up with the news at all. At all.
I'm Ravi. I'm a sophomore and I'm a history pre-law student. Yes, I know everything about it. Every single detail.
It happened around midterm, so I wasn't following the news as close as I should have been. However, I do know that there were 2 coaches, and one of them was involved in molesting young boys, and the other coach did not report him, even though he knew what was going on.
I guess I just kind of saw headlines. It's like when I open my homepage on my computer, like my Google homepage, and I read a couple articles on it, but I don't really follow like college football. I don't follow football at all.
Well, the only reason why I found out about it in the first place, because I don't have a TV at my dorm, my Facebook blew up when the news came out, and people, especially like the guys I know who are interested in football, I'm not really, but everyone was getting angry about the fact that the football coach was being sacked for it, even though apparently he was going to retire soon anyway. But yeah, everyone was pissed, so.
Oh wait, where one of the players like urinated on the side of the
No. Are you a sports fan?
What kind of sport?
Football?
No, not really.
How do you usually learn about news?
I mean, I try to make myself read the New York Times online. Sometimes it happens, but not very often. If everybody's talking about a tsunami, yeah, I'll look it up, you know.
Are you a sports fan?
No.
I learned about it from television. I saw it on local news first, and then I watched an episode of South Park, which also made fun of it. I also heard about it on the radio, too. It was on a lot of the sports radio shows.
Are you a sports fan?
Yes.
Now, I've been looking over your file, and I see you kids have all been horribly physically and emotionally abused. Oh, whoops, that isn't your case file. It's the Penn State University Gazette. I'm joking. That's just a joke. We like to have fun here. You're going to be put into a foster home, so I need to know, Would you like to go to Neverland Ranch, a Catholic church, or Penn State University? We're having fun here, aren't we? A Penn State administrator walks into a bar. Where's that smile? How about this one? Joe Paterno doesn't walk into a police station. Come on, that's a good one.
Honestly, I want to know what happens at the end of the case. However, I'm not really interested in learning more about this person, like the molesters.
Yeah, I was just saying, it seems kind of typical of this world that they would choose, that they would want to ignore something like that in favor of just making money and you know, winning and all that. So I kind of just, it seemed, I don't care, to be honest. I mean,
I don't think it's fair that it was just him when other people knew about it, but I think that getting fired was probably a reasonable call.
But the president of the school also got fired.
Did he really?
Why do you think you should care about like the Penn State scandal, even though you didn't hear about it?
I mean, just because it goes against our country's moral values and feels so wrong. Like,
Actually, one of my suite mates went to the same camp, same year. Nothing happened to him.
What?
He was at Penn State for summer camp in 2002. The thing that shocks me most is that no one did anything. The school officials and the police, the campus police, because they were informed of the incident and they didn't do anything. They told the athletic director, who didn't do anything as well. Everyone just went, oh, let me give it to my immediate superior, but no one ever thought of informing the police, which that was the part that I didn't like. I think that was the most discussed part. The fact that they put a lot of the blame on Joe Paterno because the fact Joe Paterno, who was the head of the program, didn't do anything. And I think that was the main problem with the incident. Obviously, it was a terrible thing in general, but the fact that no one did anything was the part that they didn't like the most.
Besides the interviews, I also sent out a survey to 3 classes of NYU students. More than 120 students participated. Here are the results. Most students are familiar with the scandal, and they know about the football and child sex abuse aspects of it, but they are less familiar with the other school officials' role in the scandal. And few students knew Second Mile Foundation, the foundation Sandusky built for needy children, and from which gained access to young boys. It also shows that most students did not know Joe Paterno before and had only learned his name through the scandal. On a side note, now I'm saying this without real evidence, but it seems that besides sports fans, Paterno is much more well-known among older generations and are less known among younger generations, especially a non-sportsy school like NYU. So it appeared that NYU students in particular do not care about Joe Paterno as much as the rest of the nation.